Welcome to this arpeggio study here. I kind of started this one already with triads diatonic to the key of G. That's G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D minor, E minor, F sharp dim, and G major. That was study number one, and so review that one first. This next one's a little bit more complex. It just adds a lot of passing chords and borrowed chords. So if we're in the key of G, there's secondary dominants. So like the 5 of the 2 is E7, and then the 5 of the 3 is F sharp 7. So hopefully you're theoretically caught up with that. And one substitution and these are common in jazz, especially in just, folk rock songs also, but especially in jazz. So one thing that's very common, and I think many of you know this hopefully by now, is that you use a diminished chord as a substitute for the dominant chord. And these become just passing chords essentially. And also the concept of borrowed chords. So a borrowed chord is often borrowed from the parallel minor key. That's probably the most common. So if we're in the key of G major, the common chords would be from G minor, which is B flat major. So this study here that I'm going to play has kind of a combination of a few of those. So here it is, and I'm just going to play very slowly. You can work on it to build up your technique. Later, I'll probably just practice it a little bit here on some bonus video lessons, but this is just the exercise itself. We have G major, G sharp dim. So just again, that G sharp dim to me is like it's an E7 chord. Okay, we want these as triplets essentially. A minor. But again, this is just a lesson portion. I'll have a bonus video to where, we practice along with the metronome, etc. But again, this is more just the concepts I think are important. G major, you have G, E7, or G sharp dim, G sharp dim, A minor, it's the 2 chord, A sharp dim, which is what dominant chord? Good, F sharp 7. So again, you're gonna learn your major, your minor, and your diminished triads really well with this 3-octave kind of a pattern. That's kind of what I'm using it for as a study. No song in mind. Of course, we want to apply these to some songs, especially if you're a gypsy jazzer. It's kind of nice to do those fancy arpeggios or rock songs too. Where did we leave off? B minor. A B major, B7, as if it's a 5 of the 6. So I'm not using a diminished there. C major, C sharp dim. What dominant chord? C sharp dim. Good, A7, right? The 5 of the 5. And again, the quick way is it's generally off the 3rd degree. So you want to think, what is C sharp the 3rd of? A7. And where is that going to go? D major. D sharp dim, that's your, what substitute is that for? Good, B7. D sharp's a 3rd of B7. And then E minor. Here I'm throwing in a borrowed chord, F major, which is again from that G minor key. And then F sharp dim. And then back home to G major. And I have to bend that to get that last note there. So let's try that exercise very slowly. G major, G sharp dim, A minor, A sharp dim, B minor, B major, C major, C sharp dim, D, I can play it faster than I say it, D sharp dim, E minor, F, F sharp dim, and G. And the F sharp dim, I didn't quiz you, but the F sharp dim is the sub for D7, the real 5, and now is the last one there. Of course, F sharp dim is just the real 7 chord of the key of G. Thanks for joining me on this video lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.